think about for a moment the legacy of our country. I think, we came from slavery through Jim Crow, civil rights, lynching, gosh, your father, your mother, where we are today, where we've had a black president, a black female vice president. I think we have 62 members of the Congressional Black Caucus, the largest ever, a black female Supreme Court justice. We seem to have made progress when we think about where our black community has started to where we are today, but it seems like there's so much work left to do. How do we keep moving forward even in times where we're sitting here saying it feels like we're going backward?
By moving forward, by not giving up. Because yes, all of those things that you mentioned are true and they're cause for celebration. Also, it also is true that our daughter, the only grandchild of Martin Luther King Jr., Coretta Scott King, she and her peers have progressively lost rights since the day that she was born, that they were born. And a girl child that has been born in America in the last few years has been born with fewer rights than her mother and her grandmother, her great-grandmother, and that has been particularly for black girls. That hasn't happened since the end of Reconstruction and the beginning of the passage of black codes. So that is also, again, as you're looking at the two wolves, there's a lot to celebrate, and we should. There's also things to be concerned about. I monitored hate groups and hate crimes for many years under C.T. Vivian and Ann Braden. So monitored the Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazi skinheads, and actually had with organized communities. The things that we were researching actually in the 90s we're at a point where oppression has been legislated. It's one thing to have these issues of racism and division. It's even more sinister when this is being codified. And so our work is cut out for us. But one of the things that we did a few years ago was to buy a slingshot for our daughter to show her, because she was concerned about, it seems like so much is going backwards. And we can talk about the inevitable backlash for progression. That has always also happened. But when we bought her the slingshot to demonstrate the fact of, when you put something in a slingshot and it appears when it's going backwards, you're pulling it back, you're pulling it back, you're pulling it back. While you're doing that, the sides are getting tighter and tighter. And when that's projected forward, not only is it going to go past where it started, it is going to go even farther with that force and power. And that's the way sometimes, because, the road to democracy, freedom, justice, and equity is a winding road. But it is a road that will continue to go forward. Humanity has always gone forward, gone for expansion. When I myself despair, I think of Gandhi, and I think of Gandhi's words about when he despairs, and he thinks about the fact that tyranny seems at times to win. But when he really thinks about it, throughout history, no matter how much it looked like it was winning, it never has won. Ultimately, never. Well, that's not going to start changing now. So that is what gives me hope. When I think about our ancestors, when I think about the impossibility, everything that you were just stating, it seemed that would have seemed impossible to our ancestors. But yet, there it was. Freedom at one time seemed impossible to our ancestors. Getting an education, but our ancestors continued against tremendous odds to stand up and to push forward. We have been unwavering in our stand for democracy and humanity, and we will continue to do that, all of us. It's just simply our turn. It's our turn to continue that long march towards freedom, and we will do it just as we've always done.
What is